Hello, hello. I am very excited to have you all on tonight. We're going to be doing our special author guest on. Alrighty, I was bringing up all these tea ingredients and my dog is very interested. Hello.
Hello. Hello.
How-
Oh, let's see. Let me turn this around. There we go.
Oh,
Hello.
your beautiful space.
Thank you. I'm actually at the shop today.
Oh, it looks gorgeous.
Thank you. How are you doing?
I'm well. Where's your shop located?
We are in Clanton, Alabama.
Ooh, very nice. So are
Mhm.
you all warming up down there already, defrosting a bit?
Well, actually, the weather out here, as most would know, is very bipolar. So one minute we may get a cold front, and then suddenly it warms up, sunny days, and apparently we're going to get another cold front here soon. The possibility of snow and ice. So,
Wow.
um, it was thunderstorming last night, which was fantastic during the full moon. So it was wonderful.
Love that. We
Mhm.
did have snow the other day, but the rain has since come and washed it all away.
Wait, where are you located?
Philadelphia.
Oh, that makes sense. Yes. Yeah, I'm a little crooked. Let me fix this up a little. There you go. There you go. I think that's right. I don't know.
Yeah, looks good to me. I have all of my ingredients here. I'm in my office, so we have it all lined up there. My dog
Yes.
was very excited to see me carrying up food and sugar and my boiling water.
Ooh, can I see that again?
This is our electric kettle.
I love that long spout.
Hoping it stays warm because I did want to get started by talking to you and doing a little author Q&A first. I love your book. I've already done several spells from it and I adore the recipes. I've been doing them with my friends, especially in the new year to bring about protection and wash away negative energies. We were very interested in that. So when I was trying to figure out what to do for Valentine's Day, I was like, I gotta reach out. We have to do something virtual. We have to do this loving tea spell. And what I love about it is that it doesn't have to be romantic.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
It's
Yes.
self tonic. I mean, you really left it open ended here, which is beautiful.
Yes, it's so true. I want, love to me, love spells. I have learned one way or another how exactly to go about them. And truly, the best type of love spells are the ones that you can work on internally. Like if the love can begin within, then the love will spread out. And then it attracts all forms of different types of loves, whether it be friendships, actual love like romance and or personal love and growth, and that's where it needs to begin.
I 100% agree. And honestly, growing up, my mom always made such a big deal about Valentine's Day within the family that it's always felt more like a platonic familial self-love occasion than a romantic one. So I'm always eager to spread activities and things you can do without a romantic partner.
Yes. Yes.
So tell me a little bit about why you chose tea witchery. Why is tea your medium?
Well, tea has always held a deep place in my heart. I mean, I guess how it all went about, when I was a teenager, I worked at another metaphysical store in Los Angeles. And it was there that I got to learn a lot about different magical correspondences with herbs, whether you're making powders, incense, oils, candles. There was always an herbal aspect to it. And the herbs just spoke to me. There was a connection there that I absolutely it clicked into place for me. And I soaked it up like a sponge. I wanted to know all the ways that you can use herbs, magically speaking. A few years later, I started working at a Chinese acupuncture clinic, but this Chinese acupuncture was also a tea house. So it was like two in one type of thing. So when I worked there, I had the blessings of working with a generational tea master, like a legit Chinese tea master. And he just opened a whole world to me on the ceremonial aspects of tea and how it can be used and shared. And, for me, ever since I was little, I was always such a healer. So I always wanted a beautiful ceremonial type of way of sharing this types of communal, societal type of things together with your friends, with your family, and seeing that tea ceremony aspect, seeing how it brings people together, it felt perfect for me. And when I started seeing the more herbal remedy types of sides, it it just it like I said before, it clicked into place. It was like an epiphany where, wow, I can really use these magical correspondences, but in also a very holistic healing type of way and bring them together for intentional purposes and either drink for myself or to serve to others to help find this desire, this need that they're looking for. And it honestly it grew from there. I was in my young 20s. I was my young 20s. I was probably maybe about 20, 21, and that's where it really began, that journey of exploring different types of tea recipes and partaking with friends and strangers. And because I worked in different other tea establishments where I got to brew and serve to others. And I I always kind of have this gift when I speak to people, they open up and I listen to them and I hear what they are searching for, and that kind of always went into my tea brewing. Like, okay, you're looking for some healing aspects in your heart or things like that. You're looking for purification. You're looking for your aura just to kind of shed anew. Okay, let me make this for you. Let's see this. And it just always just felt right. And anyone who was there with me, it just felt right too. So I guess that's where really that's why just the tea witchery was born there.
Have you ever read A Psalm for the Wild?
No, that doesn't sound
All
familiar.
right, you have to read it. It's a little novella. It's about a tea monk in a utopian future, and everything you said was right in line. So, A Psalm for the Wild Built by Martha Wells. No, sorry.
I'm writing that
Uh,
down.
Excellent.
Is that?
And then you wrote a whole book yourself and published it with all these recipes. Did you come up with these recipes yourself?
Yes. Yes, actually, every recipe in this book and in future books that are coming, they are all from my personal grimoire. Like these are all the tried and true recipes I have done since the beginning, basically. A few tweaks here and there when like something just did not quite fit and I just added something else and then boom, it worked. This is all trial and error recipes like they're born from my heart, from my experiences.
And I did see you do have another book coming up soon.
Mhm.
Do you want to talk about that a little bit? Tell us about what's coming.
Sure. The next book is called A Tea Witch's Crystal Brews. So this is kind of a new baby for me. The last couple of years, I have definitely, I wouldn't say I've moved away from my tea witchery path, but it has definitely evolved. I've come into a community that all have grown to, well, I keep saying grown, that all really love crystals, basically. It's a big crystal community. This shop that I work at, Sky Apothecary, is a big crystal store as well, with herbs as well. But this community that I came into with this great love of crystals led me down a more evolved path of looking into crystals and how they can heal and how they can be incorporated. In my Tea Witch's Grimoire, you do see crystals in this book where I have incorporated them in, but this next book is kind of more of an advanced version of it. I really delved into crystal grids and seeing how geometric patterns are a wonderful conduit of energy and how you can use these crystal grids as a form of ritual space. And So a lot of these recipes that are in this next book incorporate crystal grids with these tea recipes. So a crystal grid, you would see it's usually in a different geometric pattern, different kinds like Metatron's cube or the flower of life, and generally you always see crystals that line up in these patterns. Well, in my book, you're going to see a lot of rituals where the tea is basically like the main focus, the centerpiece of these patterns. So literally these brews, anything from cup to a pot, they're going to absorb this metaphysical power that you are intending to create, and that's basically what this new book is going to be about, like a big open world of crystals and teas, basically.
So excited. I already have it pre-ordered. So it is coming to me the second it's out. And when is it coming out again?
April 7th. April 7th.
April 7th. Well, congratulations in advance. I did notice you have other components in here as well for those that don't have the book yet, because you can order the book through the link on our profile. It has not only a little bit about the spell, but the directions, the ingredients, and then it offers extra steps to incorporate crystals. I have here candles, bath salts. I have all of these different chants and pieces and this beautiful artwork that talks about how to really empower the spell and yourself in doing it.
Yes, that's exactly where it all begins, within you.
Perfect. So let's get started because I can't wait anymore. I'm very, very excited. So while you're leading us through this self-love tea spell, I would love for you to talk about each of the elements and what they mean and how they strengthen the spell.
Of course. Well, like we just said a moment ago, the biggest element in all of this, the spell, is within you. It starts here. It starts in the heart, especially since we're going about doing a loving tea spell. It's any type of tea spell that you do, it's important to just get yourself in that headspace, to get yourself in that moment so that you can channel that energy, that intention. In this case, a loving tea spell, which can be used in many different ways. Like we said, it can be used mainly for self-love, self-growth, self-care. But it can also be used for attracting love and friendship, attracting that loving energy into your life. So before you do a spell, in this case, it doesn't have to be a tea spell, any kind of spell, you go in that with that focused intention. In this case,
I have my pink love lit, ready to go.
Perfect. Yes. Set the space. Whatever makes your little inner heart happy. If the space is something that could be exaggerated, you want all the crystals, you want all the candles, you want the fancy teapot, you want the beautiful cup, go for it. Make it as personable to you as possible, because it has to be an extension of you. Any tool that you use is an extension of you and your energy. And that it could be also as simple as a little tea tray. It doesn't have to be either. It depends on you. It's a reflection of you. Your spell is a reflection of you. So let's see. When you go into it with that mindset, you then go into your ingredients. The ingredients have to also speak to you. Of course, I will say this, no matter who it is, no matter what book you open, if the ingredients call to you, use them. If they don't call to you, don't use them. For example, if hibiscus is too tart for you and it does not resonate with your energy, it doesn't flow with it, you don't have to use it. You could double the rose petals if you really love your rose petals. What's important is you listen to your tools, you listen to your ingredients. If something's calling to you, use it. If it's calling for more, use it. There's always a reason. Trust your intuition. Okay? In this case, let's go with rose petals because it's calling me first. Rose petals is honestly the perfect flower substitute for any flower. Like if you don't have chamomile, if you don't have jasmine, if you don't have violet blossoms, rose petals is the perfect substitute to go into it. It has that wonderful water element energy. And it is connected to Venus. And Venus is all about love, is all about beauty. It's all about that gentle energy of lovingness. But it can also be used for healing. So if you were to use this herb for self-love and you need to heal that self-image that you may have against yourself negatively, this herb is also really helpful for healing that aspect in you. Or let's say if you were to make this tea for a quarreling couple or a broken friendship, then that can also heal that energy around that aspect.
And I
Now,
wanted to ask, because the recipe calls for a clear bowl, is there a
mhm.
specific reason the bowl is clear?
Well, I always say clear bowl. It's kind of like when people say a white candle or clear quartz, they're very universal. It's very clear energy. If you use a clear bowl, then that kind of helps keep it clean, keep it clear, keep the energy flowing. You can use a clear bowl, or if if you already have your real set intentions and things are strong, or you have a trusted tool set, then you could go for it. Like in this case, these are my trusted tool sets. Like my this teacup of mine, it's been with me for years. I always often use it. Yes, it's red, but I always use it for a lot of manifestation type of magic. And the same goes for this teapot of mine. This teapot is my evil eye teapot. It was gifted to me, so it's always been like a perfect kind of like with selenite, it just clears away all the energy, but it keeps it contained once it's intended. But yes, so again, it goes with how you feel. Clear bowls are usually just perfect for keeping the energy clear and just keeping it flowing. Hopefully that makes sense.
Yes, absolutely. Thank
Now, hibiscus. Hibiscus is a wonderful ingredient for any kind of love or even lust spells. So definitely before you put in hibiscus in your recipe, think about what you really want to call on. Do you want to call upon more mental attractiveness, more of a way of how you see yourself? Like if this is a self-love tea spell, how do you want to see yourself? Do you want to see yourself filled with beauty, filled with light, filled with love? Then this hibiscus will be perfect for that. Think of that. If it's the other way, where you want people to see that love within you, that light, that attractiveness, then put it in there for that. Or especially if you're making this for someone else who you want to find you a little bit more attractive, think of that as well.
excellent. I'm making a cup for me and my fiance, so gonna find loving ourselves as much as we love each other.
Perfect. That's perfect. I love that. Next is yarrow. Yarrow is a very wonderful, universal loving herb. Honestly, it has so many stories behind it, not only for its healing properties. It has been said that it can heal a bleeding heart, like a bleeding wound. It will stop it. But the same can be said for wounds of the heart, actual wounds of the heart, like emotional wounds. It can very much help heal those types of pains and wounds. But it's also very gentle. So, like when we say gentle, like when it comes to whether, again, you are hard on yourself or you're hard on your friends or you're hard on your lover, this herb helps inspire forgiveness. It helps create gentle pathways between you to communicate, to connect, to talk about what's going on. So it's really good for that. It helps create a bond between either yourself or with those around you. And not a forceful bond. It's not going to it's not dominating, let's say that. It's very gentle in helping the connection form. Let's see. Oh, and also inspires courage. I forgot to add that.
Perfect.
So if let's say you need that courage to face yourself, to love yourself, or to speak up with those around you, or to speak your love and truth to someone, like confessing your feelings, this is a great tea for that too, to share with that person. And vice versa, if you want that person to open up some more, yarrow is a great herb for that. now I'm shedding about my dried strawberries. Strawberries are wonderful fruits for this occasion. They are just like rose petals, the perfect dried fruit to substitute if you don't have any other fruits, like, and you need something for love. Strawberries are great for that. But they also have luck correspondences. So, if you, let's say, for example, are making this and hoping that this love that you want to inspire between you and another person, those strawberries can have kind of back you up with that luck, that success, and make it all the more sweeter for it to happen. And you could go crazy with this. You can go a little bit or a lot, or you could just chew it as like you're drinking it as well, just to kind of just fill that space, fill that aura of your whole tea spell. Mm.
I think I will directly into the mugs as well.
Yes, that's great. Have it floating there. Mm. You're going to see me eating a lot of these. I really love dried strawberries.
I just found a store in my area that sells them, all the dried fruits. So I went in and bought a little more than I needed.
There's never enough. There's never enough. Okay. Now, if I know I'm probably a step ahead because I already have some hot water in my pot here, so it's already steeping. But if you still have your tea blended in with your bowl, that's okay. Take this time to run your fingers over your tea blend. Really connect with that mixture. Let it become an extension of you. Let it become a tool of you, of your energy. Go in it with those intentions and just love that tea brew. Put all your love into that herbs, all those herbs, and feel it tingling, feel it coursing through you. Some people, they like to say it in their minds, what they are doing this for, what they want. Other people can say it out loud. Other people like to use their breath to help ignite, to help put more of that energy into it. Just bring it to life, basically. Now, when you're ready, either if you like loose tea, that's up to you. If you like a tea bag or a tea strainer, there you go. Yes, very nice. You can take either a teaspoon or one big heaping tablespoon, however strong you like it. This is going to be a nice, sweet floral tea. So honestly, it doesn't, in my opinion, teaspoon is not enough. It's like you need that good, hefty spoonful.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
You steep.
Yeah.
Already incredible.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And you called for a white or a pink mug. Is that the same reason as the clear bowl?
Yes. Yes. And when it comes to magic and spells, color correspondences matter too. Of course, it depends on you. If a white mug is very universal, it helps keep the energies clear, it helps your intentions stay clear. But if you need a pink one that helps you reminds you of your intentions, so what you're wanting, then that helps too. Some people, they may not see a pink or a white as something that reminds them of love. Sometimes they see purple and it reminds them of love. They can go about that too. But yes, everything has a purpose. Color, ingredient, intentions, offer it. And then you just go ahead and let that tea steep for about a good 5-10 minutes, however long you like it to be strong. But let it rest, let it brew, let it just become infused with that magic, with your energies, with your intentions. And usually from here, this specific spell, when I created it, like I said, all these recipes, all these spells are actually personally from my grimoire. This is what I do when I do this loving tea spell. I go at this point to my bathroom, set up the space, I fill up the tub with hot water, I fill it with Epsom salt, baking soda, I mean, some rose sea salt, a little bit of rose oil. I set up the candles. I have these Himalayan salt lamp candles that just surround my bathtub. And I just turn off the lights. I turn on the sound bowl music, especially ones that are specifically for like the heart chakra, pumping up. I lock the doors. No interruptions. And, it's important to set that space, but also get yourself back into that mindset. When you undress and you bare yourself, you get your body, you get your vessel, you get your soul ready to embrace, to accept what you brew, what you have made, what you are calling for. So when you go into it and you step into your bathtub and you just release and you let go and you open up, that's usually when I like to get my teacup going and get it served on a little, what do you call it? I have a tray that goes across the bathtub.
And I'm going to start on my second cup for my partner.
Ah, perfect. Yes.
And what are the crystals that you called for again for this bath spell specifically? And can you tell us what those components are?
Usually it's rose quartz or clear quartz. And rose quartz is as many would know, rose quartz is a wonderful crystal that is connected to the heart. It connects to your heart chakra, it connects to your emotions. But not only does it connect to your emotions, it helps you connect your heart to your emotions. I know that may sound weird, but some people have a disconnect to understanding their emotions. So rose quartz is a wonderful amplifier in connecting your heart to your emotions and understanding your emotions, connecting, receiving, accepting, and forgiving. So it's very gentle in that regard in facing your emotions. But in this case, it can also be used for any kind of type of love spell, whether it's for self-love or for partners, like for friendships, for partners, to just to help make that connection. So if I was to make this like for you, like you're making this for your partner, I probably would have 2 rose quartz nearby.
Mm-hmm.
So that it represents you and your partner, so that it connects your hearts together. Same goes for any other person. I have one so that I could connect to my own heart. But yeah, so
Perfect.
that's one way. Clear quartz is also a great crystal to have because clear quartz, it helps purify, cleanse, and charge the energy around you. So if you're looking to use this spell to help clear the heart, to help gain self-love, clear quartz kind of helps cleanse and banish away that negativity that may be clouding the heart, and in the same time calls in purifying energies to help purify and balance and charge your intentions and heal. So I definitely would suggest those 2.
And then I noticed the last ingredient was sugar.
Sugar, yes. Sugar or sugar cane, much like clear quartz, is actually really great for purifying. I know a lot of people will say use it to sweeten, your love, use to sweeten yourself, your spell. But actually, it also holds great purifying energy as well. I guess because it's so white, But not only does it purify your intentions and leave it only for good, your intentions for good, but it sweetens your spell. So you go crazy here. You can make it as sweet as you like. depending on how strong your desire is for this.
You all can't see this, but it is so pink. I'm gonna see if it'll show up on camera. It's the most beautiful color. Here we
Mhm.
go.
Ah, yes, look at that.
Oh.
Isn't that lovely? So perfect. So perfect for love. Some people can even also add this to their bath water if they wish. You know, if they were to, like, if you were to make a big blend of your tea that you just did, you could put this in some tea bags and go ahead and just drop it into your bathtub and get that rich red color in it. Oh, it's that's magical. That's magical. When you can see that happen. Now, as I always love to say, before you actually take a sip of your tea, any tea, whatever one you make, this is the moment that basically completes the spell. You take your spell into yourself. It becomes a part of you. I know that this whole time you were putting your intentions into your blending and the brewing, but this time you're actually finally like unifying it. You know, it's like amplified now and you're taking it back into you. You're accepting it back in. Some people will like to take a moment, be quiet, and think of this, but other people want to say some things. And I have always loved to say, particularly for this tea spell, that I am love and my perception of love is divine. I embody this love, for I am my own shrine. You can say however else you like, whatever comes to you, whatever, let your heart speak. Let it come full circle. And with that in mind, you complete your spell by taking it into yourself. And cheers.
Cheers.
Mhm.
Ooh, that is so good.
Oh, chills.
Just like that floral and sweet and a little bit fruity.
Yes, yes. The strawberries just complement the hibiscus. Like the hibiscus is a little tart, but because of the sweetness of the strawberries, it balances it. And the yarrow and the rose, there's just such gentle, wonderful floral notes to it. Oh. And that the sugar, it just I don't know, it just amplifies it together, it just bonds it together. So
I,
it's perfect, especially with a cookie.
perfect. I'm just still stacking on these strawberries. They're so good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for walking us through this beautiful spell. For everyone that's joining a bit late, the Tea Witch's Grimoire is available through our shop, link in our bio, and the next book, The Crystal, which is, remind
A
me, the
tea versus crystal brews.
Tea Witch's Crystal Brews, exactly. Coming out in April, also available for pre-order through our shop. I will add that link as well. I'm also going to upload this whole recording to our website for anyone that wants to watch from the beginning. But thank you so much for this beautiful spell and for this incredible recipe that I will be using for many moons to come.
Thank you. Thank you so much for inviting me here. This was wonderful. I loved it.
Of course. We will talk soon. Until then, good night.
Good night.